the final word.
The final word.
The final word.
Yup.
Yes, indeed, Law. Man. A lot going on in Cowboy Nation, man. We got the coaches together. We got Zack Martin updates. Can't wait to talk about that.
Zack Martin. Indeed.
We also having some, draft war discussions. We got some trade options, man. We got so much we got to talk about, Law.
Come on with it. I'm ready for it, man. Shoot.
Yeah, man.
Do it, but nothing to it but to do it, as they say.
So I'm going to go ahead and, throw this off the top turnbuckle, as I say, right?
Okay.
I got to tag you quick. So I know you've been keeping up with all the coaching updates. What's your favorite?
Oh, my. I'm a trench guy, so it's going to be White Cotton. I think White Cotton going to bring some of that tenacity to the table of what he had out there in Jets land.
White Cotton. Yeah. I think he greatly passed the test. That's a good one.
And then my second runner-up is the offensive line guy.
Clayton Adams.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. You got to say why now. I gotta put you all the way.
Okay.
You got to say why.
Well, it's going to be his philosophy overall, running with a purpose, being able to block with a purpose, and setting up everything. So I like the fact that he's still going to be like the offensive coordinator, but some of your smartest people in the room be your offensive line people, right? So I think that he's going to bring smart grit to the table, and I like the way Shotty went out and got somebody that's pretty much proven versus someone who's not, like a Jeff Blasco or, Solari been proven, but the ship done sailed on him.
Yeah.
I can say that.
Did they announce an offensive line coach yet?
It's Clayton Adams, I believe. He's going to be O-line/OC.
O-line / okay. All right.
I think that's just going to be his title.
Yeah, it wasn't that clear to me, but that sound right. Because yeah, that sound right. What about, and I'm asking you, I'm leaning on you right now. What about Wells? Did they actually announce what he's going to be, coach? Tight end?
Yeah, he's still going to be doing the tight ends thing. So
it worked out.
And then, of course, they stay in the same room, O-line, tight end. So I like that.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm leaning on you, brother. I'm leaning on you because I'm over here still no Witten.
Damn.
So I'm just double checking, making sure everything's fine.
The greatest asset of Shotty right now has been, let me find other smart folks,
Yeah.
He ain't hiring all of his buddies only,
Yeah, I like the feel of how he's building the coaches, and look like Cowboy Nation is too, man. We was talking about it before the show, man. Cowboy Nation is excited about this change. Well, exactly. I ain't gonna say excited. They interested. They watch.
I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Count a check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Yes, indeed. All we want to do is run it up, man. We got them other boys coming right now. It's gonna be me and you, Law. We got this though as usual, man. Law got the blue, man. Y'all clap it up. Law got that blue, man. He got that Cowboys blue. Y'all clap it up for my brother. Y'all clap it up, man. So Law,
If it ain't blue, you ain't true. You know, you gotta stay true with the blue, baby. Come on with it.
so this the deal, man. This we was talking about that. This is the season of debate, right? This is the season and debate is healthy, right? So we gonna kind of talk about some of the debates that's kind of going around, right? So I was seeing debates going on Twitter on getting an offensive lineman at 12, or the normal people saying basically we want to go with wide receiver or running back. Then there's interest in also DT. There's interest in also edge. I've been seeing debates all over, man. So let's kind of talk about it in general. What's your thoughts on being open outside of running back and receiver?
I think that, you know, we should first and foremost always evaluate everything, good or bad. So I look at this particular team with this philosophy. You should never go grocery shopping on an empty stomach. Same as you should never go into this draft on an empty stomach, meaning that I hope that they do something in free agency. I hope that they make some type of trade before they go into this draft so that you can get the right proper player. I'm looking for a skilled player, maybe a wide receiver, maybe a running back. I'm looking for a skilled player to get into this particular situation so that Dak Prescott can ultimately have weapon to be able to get him over this lack of explosiveness on his team.
Yeah, because I saw a lot of. I thought I just heard something. Oh, no, that wasn't nothing. Yeah. And most people agree with you. Like, I agree with you that we should definitely go with wide receiver, running back. That's kind of like obvious. But it's what you said as well. It depends on what they do in free agency, right?
Right.
But I'm really struggling with the idea of offensive line again. I'm struggling with that. Like, it would be very hard to make that make sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you talking about offensive line, sometimes offensive linemen, it do take 2 years, two maybe 3 years to develop into your man body or to your man strength, to learning your system of going from maybe playing 10, 12 games. Now you're playing 18 games or more. So there's a lot of stress on the body, and it's a large learning curve. We are right now at the point that Dak Prescott is a seasonal quarterback. And I'm thinking that you got enough pieces already on your offensive line so that he can, move the ball and get the ball down the field. Of course, we've been hobbled at offensive line as it relates to left tackle, especially the injury to the right tackle kind of set us back. But I would say this, leave no stone unturned. If Kevin Banks is your best player available at 12, then you pick him. But if Ashton Genty is your best player at 12, then you pick him. Do not overdraft at offensive line. Do BPA in the first round.
Yeah. And and Banks coming off the ACL?
No, I think Josh Simmons is coming off of the ACL injury.
Okay.
Yeah. But before that ACL, pre Josh Simmons, oh man, and you got to run to the podium, maybe break your leg to go get him. But the only thing is it happened in October, and we can't go through another year of him waiting to get back into football shape. I think that he's north of 300 pounds, and that's a lot of weight to put on the ACL. So I'm going to challenge anyone. Let me know of any tackle or guard that came off of an ACL that was ready the next year. And that's going to be a while for that to happen. So I would say this with Josh Simmons, Still evaluate the tape. You just never know how the draft can fall. Just like those who evaluated La'el Collins' tape.
Yeah.
He went undrafted. You still got a chance to bring him on your team, right? Because you evaluate the tape. So I would evaluate all of the tapes and look at the tapes and say, all right, if in the future that Josh Simmons, some fool around, go to another team and being released, I would make sure that my scouting department and our people know exactly who he is and what he brings to the table. No, it'd be kind of foolish not to evaluate his tape.
So Simmons a left side player, right?
He's a left-sided player, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if he a left side player, then, we have Tyler Guyton going into year 2, where you usually make your biggest jump.
Correct.
From year 1 to year 2. So, and then you got Awesome Riches, who was also kind of playing better. He going into year 3. So It's almost like, to me, you got, and then obviously you got Tyler Smith. Like I could maybe see it if it was a right side guy, but that left side with Tyler Smith and TJ Bass and seem like it's pretty mature, right? It's like you got your starters and you got your depth and you got guys that's developing.
Right.
So if the pick come in, I don't see how we would go with that. I don't see it.
Well, at the end of the day, let's say if Ted is not there, Ashton Jenkins is not there, and you really not high on Malachi Starks like that, or you're not high on those other guys that you made, like a Michael Williams, maybe you're not high on him, and you got Josh Simmons there.
Yeah.
Then what you would do is you'll pick up the phone and say, hey, I got this 12th spot. Who's willing to dance with me? Maybe someone is very high on that. You mean to tell me it's a shot in the dark, but just close your eyes and imagine if everything works out for Josh Simmons. Maybe that's a sweet spot for the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah. They've been in poverty land as it relates to tackles and guards there in Cincinnati. So they may strongly say, hey, we're willing to move up to get him because we got enough room and time to take that risk, right?
Right.
But the Cowboys may not have that enough room and time to take that risk because we already took the risk last year in Tyler Guyton when you had by far probably a better wide receiver class than what we had for that offensive line. Or was it Matthew Bergeron? Who was like that they said that they was considering at that tackle spot last year?
Now, are you talking about with Mozzie? Because that was Matthew.
Oh, that was Mozzie.
Yeah, that was
Bergeron,
Matthew. Yeah, Bergeron. Yeah.
Who was it? It was somebody that they were high on, but they couldn't get him because someone else jumped in. And pardon me that I'm saying.
I know, and it was rumors that we was big on Gibbs, but Detroit got him at 12.
Oh, okay. So Gibbs. Wait a minute.
I was hearing that Gibbs was somebody that if he failed, we was gonna do. Because everybody was still saying don't never draft a running back in the first, but they were saying that's somebody that Dallas would have went in and got, which obviously that would have been right. So so if I'm looking at the big board, right?
Right.
Most people are kind of bullseyeing in on Genty, right, or Luther Burden, right? They kind of or Tet, right? And it is people saying Ted not gonna be there. He might. You never know. We gotta wait till the measurements and stuff come in.
He probably run a 4.69 or something. 4.7.
Yeah, you run a 4.69. That's gonna change a lot.
Yeah, they're gonna go crazy, bro. Yeah, but I'm not saying that he's gonna do that. He's by far probably one of your better wide receivers out of this draft, right?
Right.
But all right, so you looking at this board, one of our critical areas. Like, we really need a defensive back, right?
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We got Bland, and then we got Carson, and we know Diggs going to be put on the shelf for at least a year. We got Josh Butler, shout out to him, and we got some guy named Troy Pride. I think that, and then was it J. Lou? He's back to the free agent side, so we don't have that.
Yeah.
So if Will Johnson slide.
Yep.
Will Johnson slide. That's going to be a thing for the Cowboys at the 12th spot, right?
Yeah.
if Genty is not there, if Ted is not there, there could be a defensive guy. But that goes back to the same argument with Josh Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Would you be willing to take a guy coming off of an injury? Because I'm thinking that he was kind of hurt, right? Can somebody help me out in the chat? So I think that could be a situation there, right? So we just got to look at everything and evaluate it from there. You got Michael Williams, you got Walter Nolan, you got James Pierce, and you see Josh Simmons is there too. So it's just so many things that you can go in so many different angles with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying that we got the infamous, the man with the party, Vach Lombardi, man. Oh my God, we got Vach Lombardi in the chat, man. Salute to you, my dog. Appreciate you. Hey, I don't like what he's doing over there at the Star in Frisco. I love what my guy is doing over there, man. Salute to my brother, man, from another mother, Vach Lombardi.
Yeah. Vach been in some fights. And that's the good thing about this time of the year is that fighting is good because then everybody get to kind of make their cases and then we get to kind of cross-examine it. And I'm open to it. I listen to everybody, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Josh Simmons right now on ESPN is looking like he right now is 10th on the overall. So that's
So
that's somebody.
So if you look at that, they got them on their 10th big board, right?
Yeah, they 10th.
We're picking at 12.
Right.
We're picking at 12. So I know that there will be people moving furniture around if we draft a Josh Simmons. I know for sure. Because it'll be like, oh, here we go again. And this will be something like a blessing that you may not see in 2025 nor 2026 because you know how it takes for a time for that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm sick of, Law. Mm-hmm. And I've been saying that all season is I'm sick of slow cooking, bro. Ooh. I need a hot pocket, bro. I'm hungry. You understand? I'm hungry. Listen, I want that instant success now. I'm sorry. Listen, and I've been saying this, man. We've been so responsible. And you always say this, Law. What do you always say? Oh, you got to build a foundation. Don't you always say that? You got to build a foundation. Man, we have done nothing but foundational picks in the last 3 to 4 years. Everything has been foundational developmental picks. Mozzie. Developmental, right? We just now starting to just sample the goodness of Mozzie. Tyler Smith, responsible. Tyler Guyton, responsible. Yeah. It's like, nah, man, I need that hot pocket, man. Yeah. Give me that instant, put it in the microwave, hit ding, and I'm ready to eat.
Well, you starving, that belly touching that back. But I can tell you this, though, man, because it's not, if this was 2017, I'm all in for that, right? Just 2018 to a degree. But now you got a seasonal quarterback. And the blind side, the left tackle spot should be the most securable spot for your quarterback that's getting paid $250 million. But the Cowboys' problem is we don't have that grace, nor mercy, nor time frame to sit back and wait for another development piece when we already had Tyler Guyton last year. And the year before that, of course, you had Mozzie, and that's a development piece. And then the year before that is Tyler Smith. So it's coming down to now, Tyler Smith, this contract is going to be due. And you're trying to draft another left tackle or left side player. It's just too much in the same area. So I think that the Cowboys need to balance that out. Maybe get just, matter of fact, I'll take Tyler Warren. I would take Tyler Warren. Where he at? Where that Warren? I would take Tyler Warren before I take another offensive lineman. I would take a tight end.
You know what my answer to that is?
Hell no.
You already know, bro.
Wait a minute.
Oh, hell no.
So you would rather take a developmental player like I'm not beating up Josh Simmons, but you would rather take Josh Simmons over Tyler right now?
Man, right now, I'm not taking Josh Simmons.
Who's gonna give you playing time now? That's all I'm saying. You know,
the people that's gonna give you playing time Because you asked who gonna give you playing time right now. That's your question. To me, that would be easily Ashton Genty
if
right
he's there,
now.
of course. Yeah.
Then right now, Will Johnson. Right now, okay, in my opinion, one of the edges right now. And then I ain't even certain about that because they usually take 3 years to develop.
Injured, though. I thought Will Johnson still coming back off of that injury.
Yeah, but I still would trust it because corners usually make instant impacts generally. But you said the key term. You said right now. You know
now.
Like something that's not gonna have to cook. Cause see, I'm afraid that some of this stuff gonna have to cook, you know? So yeah. So Ted would be right now. That would help us right now.
If
that's
Sam
hot pocket.
Laporta, yeah. But he may be gone. So let me just do this. If Sam Laporta was there at 12, would you take him right now?
My answer to that would be, and it's gonna be like this with every one of them. I'm gonna be all the way honest with you.
Don't say, "Oh hell no!" Come on, bro.
Oh hell no!
I ain't doing no tight ends, man. At top 15, I'm standing on that, bro. I'm sick of being sold the dream of tight end, and it's a nightmare every time. Every tight end has been overrated. Every one of them, except Bowers. Except Bowers. Bowers the only one in 20 years.
Wait a minute. So you just gonna say that Sam Laporta was overrated?
No, he was drafted in the second round. That he was right where he's supposed to be.
Okay, so your fight is only in the first round.
Yes. Okay, see, what a lot of people say about running back is what I say at tight end.
If you got Jahmyr Gibbs right now with the 12th spot, would you take him?
Yeah.
Over Genty?
Gibbs over Genty?
I'm messing you up now.
No. That's a good question, though.
That's a long.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good question, though.
You got Bijan Robinson, Gibbs, and Genty right now, 12th spot. What you do? What are you doing? I threw in Bijan Robinson.
I'm going Genty. I know too much about him.
So Genty would be a no-brainer if he's there at 12. Because both of those boys right now would have been very beneficial. Bijan Robinson right now on the Cowboys or a Gibbs. So
I got one more fight. I'm gonna show this to Vach. He in the chat. What's up, Vach?
That's my guy, man. Vach.
So he raised the point, and I think this is that could happen. This is very realistic. I think what he said right here. Let me try to make it bigger where everybody can see it. Where you at? Come on, boss. You got to produce faster. All right, let's go with it. All right. He said on draft day, y'all should be prepared that Mike Green, Edge Marshall, could be the best player on the Dallas Cowboys board, and they could take him.
Wow.
I know he's not a wide receiver running back, but he's my edge too. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I think that's very realistic. I do.
Yeah. I got to do some deep dives on his tape, like some of his best games, his worst games. And I had to do some assessment. I just seen some like highlight reels of him. And, when you're looking at an edge rusher, you're looking at explosiveness. Can they burst, get off? Can they do they use their hand placements? Can they get out of a jam? Can they beat double teams? And do they have bend? You can look at those things. But if you're really looking at him as the first pick, like at 12th, like what is he like against the run? Can he stop the run? Can he play contain? Can he shoot and get upfield? Can he beat double teams? And the sample sizes of what his game tape on, you got to look at Marshall. Do you have the Boise State rule on him? You know what I'm saying? Like what do he look like against true competition? Those are so many areas that you have to look at when you're looking at Mike Green. What's your thoughts, though? What's your kickback on my guy Vach?
It's not really kickback. If that's your best player and you believe it, yeah. And I wouldn't call it kickback. It's just one of them things. It's like we got Sam Williams, right? We got, and he coming off the ACL. Then we got Nealon, right? Right. So it's, then you obviously got Micah, right? So how much would he play? Would he be a rotational player, or would he be somebody that's gonna get in right now and contribute?
Well, he may give you something right now to contribute, because just like you pull that big board up on me, with ESPN, I pulled up PFF big board. Guess where they got Mike at?
Where?
Number 11.
Right. Yeah. So that's,
if you pull up PFF big board and you pull up that, you got Mike Green at number 11. Botch may be onto something there. You know, I don't know if you got access to PFF big board, but he may be onto something right there, bro.
Yeah. And his,
because I haven't did the extensive research like my guy did or you did, but I for damn sure wouldn't have Mike at number 11 though. You know, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things. Is I want whoever it is to stay true to their board, whatever they believe. You know what I mean?
Oh, I can share. I'm gonna share this screen with you.
Yeah, share. Oh, yeah, you can share it. Yeah, share it.
Share the screen. Yeah. Give me 1 second here. Let me build.
It's gonna be a little bit big though, Law.
That's what she said. Give me 1 second, man. All right, man. Charge it to my head, not my heart, y'all. You know, y'all know I like to play around. I forgot how you do it. Window. Did he do it? Entire screen.
Yeah. So while you working on that, my thinking, like when we see Mike Green is then what is he gonna be a rotational player? That would be
he
my
gonna
question.
have to. I don't think that you're gonna give him the keys to the foundation and everything. Then you know.
There we go.
Let me know. You can see it. Okay, so let me go all the way. Scan up and go all the way up here. All right, so they got. I'm gonna slow down. Okay, my bad, y'all. They got Travis Hunter number 1. Okay, and they got. I'm gonna eventually get it right, y'all. There you go. They got Abdul Carter number 2. Ted number 3, Mason number 4, Genty number 5, Will Johnson number 6, Malachi Starks number 7, LSU 8. What's his name? Will Cowboy, LSU 8, James, and then Luther and them, and then you got Mike Green, number 11.
Yeah.
So if his assessment is like you said, is independent of his own, and then he just looking at tape, and he comes up with this same analogy. I can see that happening. Shoot, he's good on run defense according to PFF, and he's good on rush. So, and he's good pass pro. So, I don't see any drawbacks on that. He scored a 71 against.
The only drawback is I only see one. Law, I see one. Only one. Is how much is he gonna play, and how much is that pick gonna be instant impact? Yeah. That would be my question. Cause like I said, I'm hungry, Law. I'm hungry, bro. I'm tired of being. I'm sick of being responsible. I'm tired of cause you know it's true. When you cook your food and you put it in the oven, it's healthier and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes you just gotta go through that drive-through. You gotta go through that drive-through and get you some food now. So. Now, but all of this obviously depends on what happened in free agency too. Obviously, we got DMV in the building too, man. Another content creator in the building, man. I see y'all. Lou in the building too, man. Other content creators. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, but the only thing is, I'm gonna say this though, bro. The only reason why I know it'd be true is that when you do something, you study your tape independently, and you come up with a conclusion. Then I come up with a conclusion independent of its own, and we on the same accord, then you have to dismiss it. You see what I'm saying? As this is general good stuff. So if Vach said, don't be surprised if you see Mike Green up there with the 12th selection, and then all of a sudden you see PFF and other people catching wind of Mike Green, there could be some truth there, right?
Yeah, well, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody, bro. Like this is what I mean by that. So I don't want people to think I'm being offensive. I'm in the black right now. So in the black, I don't look at people analysis. I don't look at people grades. I don't look at PFF. I don't look at none of that. All I look at is how I got them ranked, you know? And then what I do is after I finish my process, then I come out and see what everybody else is saying. That's what keep me, in my opinion, from being kind of like, you know, thoughts planted in my head. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for validation from PFL, nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I do agree with your thought though. If this is what they believe, if this is what they believe, then make the pick. Yeah.
The only reason why I said that is because there's been multiple times that you did an independent study on something and I did an independent study on something, and then we come back to the board and we on the same page with something, right?
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I use that analogy, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, to that point, I love the fact that you go on black because you don't pay attention to nobody's top 50 big board. You pay attention to your own. So right now,
until I'm finished.
I would never forget, until you finish, right? You have a right to change your mind. And that's why I said that, because what it was 3-4 weeks ago, I said, man, I really like that Trey Harris, I like what he can do. And then you said, literally, can I say it publicly?
Yeah.
You said, yeah, Trey is my number one.
Yeah.
You got him above Tech, right?
Yeah.
So now you're going to get some hate mail out of that, but that's based off of your assessment.
Yeah.
And I can't say that you're wrong or right now because we haven't let the process be finished yet.
Yeah. And the process is only finished when they play on the field. You know what I mean? Right. And whenever I make my ranks, I make it on ranks on how they fit Dallas. You know?
Okay.
So it's not, some people do boards in terms of talent boards. I do fit boards. You know what I mean?
You gonna make me change my whole assessment.
That's what I do. I do players that fit us. So like my ranks might be totally different than other people.
I just pick a player and I just do my assessment. I don't even pick them whether or not they should go to the Dallas Cowboys or not. And
I look at fit.
In all of my videos, then I say, if the Cowboys get this XYZ player, this is what he can do. So I like that way. I like your approach. I need to start doing it that way.
Like, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like for instance, Ted, right? Ted is high on most people's board. It makes sense though. But when I break down Ted game, Ted is a guy that plays a cerebral game. So he's a guy that's like what Cooper Kupp was at his best, where he was able to find them soft spots in the zone and sit down. That's a majority of his game. It wasn't a lot of winning on route running. It was a lot of winning on playing smart and contested balls. That's not quite the fit. The fit to me is a guy that wins on routes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who got that feet work? Who know how to separate, right? So that's where my board might be different. But somebody will say, what? I'd be like, yeah, that's because you graded it based on just overall. I graded it on Dallas and who fit Dak. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but like,
no.
But these are the type of talks we gonna be having all as we get closer to the draft, you know? And this is what I say, Law. I want to get your thoughts on this. I say at this time, I'm wet concrete. I'm not cement on nothing. On nothing. I reserve the right to totally flip. I do.
Oh yeah.
I reserve the right to. I'm wet concrete. I reserve the right to totally flip because I'm not gonna act like I'm super deep in all my tape on everybody. That's not true. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I respect the draft community when it's there. You know,
Yeah.
I consider you and a whole bunch of other content creators more of the draft community. I'm more of a okay, I'm gonna analyze the player, and then I sit back. But I do respect those who have boards and have time to put together over 150 players, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
When you're looking at tape and not looking at surface level. But the only reason, let me tell you why I stopped doing that. Because I get so involved with the player, I get so deep inside with the mindset of what they can do. Then they fool around, go to the damn Eagles. You know, and I be pissed off.
Yeah.
I know everything about Jordan Davis.
Man, the draft is emotional.
The draft get very emotional.
It is.
It get to the point that, you know, there been times I've been out there in Oxnard and I get a tug on me and I turn and the lady say, I heard what you talk about my son on the draft.
Damn.
And my son really appreciated it. You
know
what I'm saying? And they loved your assessment and everybody was dogging. Like to this day, Izzy people, they don't like me, they love me. So if I ever go to Africa, you know, where they from and everything, man, I'm real right here. He said, I cannot believe it. I'm shaking the mighty Lloyd Nation's hand. And you talk so positive about my son. Gee. Right here to the man. I got a free boarding pass to Africa, man. I can eat for free, man.
Hey, man, they burning us on the likes, man. Y'all get the likes up, y'all.
Oh, man, y'all hit them likes, man.
Man, y'all burning us on the
man.
likes, man.
I wish I could have a camera on something. Look, I was just at Walmart just earlier, man, when I was picking up some stuff, man. And it was literally like, I could not believe it. But neither here nor there, man. They liked assessments, bro.
Yeah. So check this out, y'all. That was obviously we gonna be having these type of talks because we was having debates last year about receiver and landlord ended up being right at the, when it all played out. When we try to figure out what was the best thing to do. And I was saying, man, this is a generational tackle class. You got to get you one. I'm sorry. It's just a responsible thing to do. And me and Landlord were going back and forth all off season. But when it all played out, we should have just moved Tyler Smith to left tackle. You know what I'm saying? And we would have been able to get a stud receiver. And Landlord was right. Oh, yeah. He was right. Oh, yeah. But that's right. It's gonna play out. We all making our analysis now, but it's gonna play out. It's gonna fully play out. And it's gonna vindicate.
Yeah.
So
that lad was really good this year, man. He put up some crazy good numbers for the Chargers. And I don't know if it was you or Landlord or I think I was talking to Foots. Hey, he turned out pretty well, and I think he went in the second round. So if you can get a wide receiver. Last year we wouldn't even be talking. We probably taught him like
Landlord and Landlord and Terrence Parsons was pushing hard for Coleman, who went to Buffalo. He would have been playing. He would have been playing with his cousin CeeDee Lamb right now. Ken folks would have been playing together.
Did we pass up on him in the second?
Yeah, we got Tyler. No, in the first. We would have to get him in the first.
I don't know if he played well enough for the first. Did he? Did Keon play well enough for the first, y'all, in the chat?
I think with Dak it would have been way better. I don't know about Josh Allen, man.
It's just that man. Last year was
yeah,
dude,
that was
man.
yeah.
That Zack Martin.
Yeah, you know what? You right. We might end up being right.
Yeah.
Because
you got to understand, man, Tyler Guyton was set up to fail for at least this year.
Yeah, he was. He was.
He had to go against Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes. Out the gate
Garrett,
with Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
Thibodeau.
TJ Watt, remember, he was still healthy.
Yeah, out the gate. Out the gate.
So.
Yeah, so nah. He had the toughest rookie year you could ever have. Period.
Trial by fire.
He got thrown in the fire.
some games he played pretty well, and he just made epic mistakes on penalties, as far as false starts and pre-snap penalties. So it's hard, man, because one year to the next. I remember listening in to people before the Saints started losing. They're like, Trevor Penning, they drafted him to be a left side, and they moved him back to right side, and he looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, maybe after a couple of years or such, maybe Tyler Guyton is just a right side player. Or it could be just
man.
It could be just Mike Solari is just sorry. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
I think they just got to let that dude stay right there, man. I think
let him stay where he is.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Yeah. Because we did that same thing with Terry Steele. We was tripping when he was a rookie, man. That dude was a stud year 2. Straight up. Yeah. I want to. Now, if he's struggling year 2, yeah. We need to, in my opinion, Law, I think that's when we need the right side conversation. I got to bring something to you now, Law.
Break it down to me, man.
Man, you went crazy over my boy Myles Garrett, bro. You said make the trade by any means necessary. So it's two people right now that's trending that we need to talk about.
Right.
Myles Garrett and Cooper Kupp. We gonna put both of those together. Now I already done checked the film out on Cooper Kupp. Mm-hmm. So let's just put them both together, man. So we got LA going out saying that they are actively shopping Kupp. So what's your thoughts on him?
We just did a show just a few minutes ago, and I wasn't aware that Rams are even willing to eat some of the money. So you mean to tell me you get a guy that goes into a fresh system, motivated to the point to prove to everybody that he's not washed up. Yes, he's 32, but keep in mind, when we got Terrell Owens, T.O., he was 32 as well. So if you fool around and get Kupp and he's hungry and he got that desirability to prove a point, I think that you pull that trigger if everything works out far as that trade value.
Yeah.
And maybe you can spleece them, for a 4th round or 5th round draft pick. Oops, we don't have a 4th round draft pick. Maybe you can throw in the 3rd or something like that, a futures pick, and put some incentives on it, or conditions on it. But I'm hearing that Cooper Kupp, grandfather, played for the Cowboys, Jake Kupp. So let's bring the Kupps back over to the Dallas. I think that will work for us, man. Keep in mind, CeeDee Lamb is an inside slot guy that can play outside. Kupp is the same. But I for sure know that he's an upgrade over Jalen Brooks, Jalen Tolbert, Jonathan Mingo, as well as any other Jalens that we may have on this team or any other wide receiver outside of CeeDee Lamb. So, yeah, bring Kupp in. 6 touchdowns, 67 receiving yards, 767 receivings, and what? 710 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was hurt the previous year, of course. So and those numbers don't look as good. So what you said, what you thinking, bro? He's not going to be the same of 2021?
From my initial review, let me see if I got the button.
Oh, hell no.
That's why it took you so long to go get it. Technically, to be fair, looking at this, shoot, pull that back up again.
Hell no.
Pull that sheet back up again. Pour. To be fair, I only seeing 2019 and 2021 as impressive numbers, to be fair to it, if you can really be fair with it, But I'm looking at him being the slot guy or slot merchant, however you want to say it. Is he better than my guy, Brandon Cooks? Oh, you finna put the old hell no up again?
Man,
2019.
I love the name, bro.
It's his best seasons.
Let me tell you what I'm afraid of, Law. Maybe you could talk me into it. I'm afraid that he getting right there with Cooks, you know, because when we got Cooks, he had 1,000 yards every year. He has 1,000 yards every year. It did, you know, he got over here and it was kind of, I'm afraid of this one, Law. I was looking at him. I don't see that burst. I don't. And then was his success artificial, right? Because he was kind of like an option route receiver. Am I tripping, Law? You think I'm
give him a Dak Prescott, man?
You got a point. You got a point.
Would you rather have a Kupp or a Tolbert? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I want Kupp all day over Tolbert.
Your Kupp. Yeah. Or Brooks or a Mingo, you know. Maybe Mingo got potentials. Florio, I forgot about him as well. Maybe these guys got potential. But what if, like a lot of people in Giants world and a few other places, they thought that Saquon was done. You know, some people don't. Some people thought, but sometimes you get that resurgence. You get a better offensive line. And I'm not the one to say that the Rams don't have a formidable team. I'm not saying that, but there could be a situation where he go to a new scenery and the people probably embrace him a little bit and he may show up and show out. That's all I'm saying. I
got his film right here, Law. You want to take a look at it? Now, if I show his all 22, will we get paid? I want to make sure we stay monetized on this. If I show his all 22,
yeah.
We gonna get paid?
Yeah, I'll still get paid.
All right. So let me pull up his film, man. Let's look at him. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me pull up this dude film. Hold on real quick.
Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Film Session.
Law, I need you to talk for a second while I pull up his film.
Okay, man. While he pulling up the film, you know, hey, I would say 2 guys, 1 cup, but at the end of the day, you got Cooper Kupp that maybe can help us out, man. When you look at size do matter. You put them on the outside or you can slide them inside, and then you can still work the room. They still going to respect Kupp. I think that there was a time when teams looked at Brandon Cooks and they waved him off, right? And now you're looking at it with a 2x1 in motion, so it's going to be a 3x1. He throws it in the backfield. He got room in front of him. We'd love to see him fight for that, but he did. He did the best that he could do off of it. All right.
And we just kind of taking a look at how he move. This ain't no major field test. We just looking at how he move. But go ahead, Law.
Yeah. Look. Got blockers in front. He tried to muscle through there. You know, he didn't get the first down there, of course. What is his measurables, by the way, for those? There are no videos available. Okay. I thought it was something they tried to get me.
I just had to hit the click. I had to click it again. That's all.
2x1.
Yeah, hold on real quick. Let me pull back up the film. Hold on. Now I'm gonna pull another game. That was week 2. Let me pull week 3. God damn.
Cubs can draw that motion. Yeah, King Blaze on my side says nobody's scared of Cooks, but Kupp can draw motion attention. Yeah, more attention. Yeah, so you still got to respect his size. You know, you still got to respect what he can do. All right. Look at his motion. Look, Jet. Look him off. He throws it away.
Oh. Wait. Let me do this real quick so I can get his. Hold on. I'm gonna get.
Look at how they try to hide the running back. I like that.
Here we go.
That play.
Now this finna be all his plays. I had to fix it. Okay. Here we go.
You good? That's a lazy motion for 86. I guess he was just setting up. 2x1. Is that seemed like a similar play?
That was the question. What? I think it's starting to catch up to him, Law. To me, that's what my eyes are starting to kind of see.
I want him to jab that foot inside. And get
you see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, bro.
No, man. He tiny Cooks. I said we didn't know 31 was going to hit him. He knew 31 was going to hit him, bro. And he still was extended and brought that ball back. He didn't drop it, though, did he?
Nah, his hands.
Okay.
It just nothing low, man.
I just need to see some. Okay.
Something downfield, please.
Pulled up 6 touchdowns up, man. All right, motion, left side.
No.
give me Give me Kupp up in here, man. Sure.
You won't come, bro. All right, we gonna look at a few more. We gonna look at a few more, bro.
This haven't convinced me not to take little Tyler legs, boy.
What about Amari? They keep you. All right, I'm with you, Law. I'm with you.
All right, let me see this one more play, man. You gonna get me jump into the film room with Kupp?
Man, you got to, bro. Cause I'm looking at this Kupp like.
Let me see.
I'm looking at Kupp like.
They doing the play. Oh, what they doing with this play? Did he get him on that one?
He did. He hit him with it.
Did he work that one? Hey, go back to that play though.
Do I need to go back to that play? Hold on, let me see if I can go
stuff.
back to that play real quick, Law.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back. Law, this is all for you, bro, because I was done with it. All right, here we go. This for you, Law.
See, you looking at Kupp by himself. I'm looking at Lamb out there. I just want him to distract. And if they can give that to Lamb and Kupp, shoot, come on with it. He gave him that. All right, so it's the play.
Yeah, here to play. That we finna check out this route. He gonna take it,
him
Law. It's gonna take him all damn day to get down there, Law.
Yeah, come on, man. The man 30 years old, man. Come on.
No, right. For real though. Watch how long it take him to get down there.
Your safety supposed to do the switch. Top of his route. He didn't telegraph it.
Nah. It was smooth. It was a smooth out.
Did he sell to go? Did he sell to go on him? That's all.
He sold it. He sold it
to go. Tolbert Brooks out there.
We're gonna look at one more, Law. Just
one more. Okay. Hit the bottom. I love this stack formation. Okay, they motion him in the slot. Yeah.
That's what I said. He option routes, man.
Well, that ain't nothing right there. He's a big slot guy.
I'm good.
Your boy gonna be a big slot guy on the next level.
Who?
Ohio State, not on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
You see, the Eagles still drafted Will Shepard, right? And they still had Saquon Barkley. They didn't need Saquon. They didn't need Will, but they still drafted. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So they didn't have to go draft a running back in the first or the second. They needed a running back because they didn't really believe in Kenneth Gainwell like that. So it's just all about making sure you don't shop on an empty stomach. Yeah. And you go and draft comfortable. Now, granted, I don't think that the Eagles, and I watched them get some Eagle fans in the chat to hate me on this, but I don't think that they draft.
You know, I'll be cool with Kupp. I was giving a little bit of a hard time. I'll be cool with it, but I think I still would be a little bit hungry. Just to be honest, I think I would want Dak to get a new toy, something that's really explosive. All right. So, Yo Gato, going back to this. I felt you on this, Law. Ooh, I felt you on this. I just think it would make your defense like amazing, bro. This would be the best pass rush in NFL history. Mm-hmm. But and you did some good numbers on your breakdown of this. You got like 10,000 something plus views on your analysis. Can you give us a little bit of a repeat of your thoughts on Myles Garrett as a trade option?
Yeah, he's 29, so you're looking at a piece that you can add to this team that's a defensive player of the year, coming off of a defensive player of the year. You can't double team everybody. And you bringing Garrett onto the table, it immediately makes you contenders, not pretenders, if he can stay healthy, because we do know for a fact that Parsons is unguardable. But why not have a more seasoned guy like a Myles Garrett that you can bring to the table? I think that he would change the way teams look at the Cowboys. And if we're trying to get that dog mentality back to this thing and playing aggressive, we got White Cotton here that handled those attitudes there. I think that Myles Garrett will bring that to the table. It will be like a Charles Haley effect for the Cowboys.
I agree, bro. Ooh.
And for the people that say things are too expensive, you pay for comfort. You pay for good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got a shower head, man. When I turn that thing on, it feels good because it's not $1.99, right? When I drive up in my car and I pull it up in a car garage, you pay for privacy. You pay for comfort, meaning that if it's too cold outside, I don't have to shovel snow off of my car. So, yes, the best thing in life, people say are free, but also they are expensive.
Yeah.
So yes, he's not a Davion Clowney we trying to get, for crying out loud. He's a Myles Garrett, so you're gonna have to pay for those things. So if the Cowboys want to make a deep run in the postseason, you're gonna have to pay for it. Nothing comes cheap of the kind of caliber of Myles Garrett, right? This is not a Temu type of situation. You're gonna pay for what you get, and Cowboys got to get out of their mind. If they want to make financial gymnastics to do it, you and our boss, give us 24 hours and we can figure that out right now for the Cowboys. By sliding money around here, pushing money back, and being able to not use that the salary cap is an excuse when you send other teams that's willing to get it done. They do it with all efforts, not some efforts or short efforts. So go get them.
I would be shocked, bro.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do it though.
I ain't gonna say they ain't gonna do it. I don't even want, you know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say, but because I like the fact that people willing to put out ideas even though they haven't done it in a while. I still think it's not a waste to talk about it, right? Because schematically, this is why I love what your video and what you broke down in your video. I love the fact that you could not scheme Dallas. You couldn't. It's just too much defensive pausing out there if you did this. Because see, everybody, and Zimmer said this. Remember Zimmer was saying that when he was studying to take over the defensive coordinator, he said the number one thing he noticed is how every team slanted their protections towards Michael Parsons.
Right.
You can't do that. You couldn't do that. Because if you try to slant your protections to Michael Parsons, you basically leaving him one-on-one. If you try to slant your protections to Myles Garrett, you leaving Michael one-on-one. It's just somebody go kill you. It would be guaranteed somebody is go murder somebody. It would be like guaranteed.
Right. So you get a Myles in the building. And now teams going to have to stay up all night saying, okay, how do we defend this, or how do we defeat this? How do we slow down this? Because we're not going to stop it. We can only slow it down. And that's what he brings to the table. So at some point, you're going to scare money, make no money. You're going to have to do it. And it goes back to this movie I watched many years ago now, is that he said a soul for a soul. When Thanos was trying to collect that soul stone, it had to be a soul for a soul. So with Myles Garrett, in order to get him, it had to be something valuable in order for them to receive as well. So that will be probably the 12th pick that we have. And maybe Trayvon Diggs. Or maybe someone else that we kind of value highly that don't have a anti-trade clause on their account. So you're going to have to get something from something. Just like back in the days. Was it Clinton Portis for Champ Bailey? It had to be something. It had to be a soul for a soul.
That's deep. That's deep. Damn. What say soul for a soul? So I like the idea. We got 22 free agents. So but they can make it work. Is this something that they've done since 2014? No. But I also think we in a place that we haven't been. I'm gonna play this clip and we go expound on that real quick. Check this out, Law. This is very interesting to me. Listen to this.
The Eagles-Commanders game. They would have. Just like they announced during Seahawks-Eagles 5 years ago that Jason Garrett wasn't coming back. They leaked during the Rams-Vikings playoff game that they talked to Deion Sanders. And they made sure they announced at the morning of the first week of the 2024 regular season the next contract. But they know how to bigfoot a news cycle. And they also know how to run and hide from a news cycle, and that's what they did. So I understand it. I understand everything about it. Because I see through the grift, and I think more and more people are starting to see through the grift, and they're going to have some issues going forward unless they start acting the way that they talk. The big talk about smiles and glory hole, it's not backed up by action.
Write any check?
He said more and more people starting to see through the grift.
Yeah.
And see and I think he right on that. Like the days of being able to just say we only have so much pie, that don't work no more. You know, the days of being able to give the same cookie cutter, answers doesn't work anymore, right? Yeah. We saw that y'all dodged Brian Schottenheimer by dropping that on a Friday. That's what he was talking about, you know?
Right.
So it's like we, as educated Cowboy fans who know this team, we know the maneuvers now. And the fans know the maneuvers now. And it's putting a lot of pressure on them to have to do things strictly about football.
Yeah. More and more times people are revealing the Wizard of Oz. They pull the curtain back and they realize, oh, man, it's not as dangerous as people thought. And that's what we're seeing out of the Dallas Cowboys. More and more time we can let people know that the Super Bowl can be, or winning games in the postseason can be bought to a degree, but it's going to take some risk factors, like the Rams. We are seeing now the Eagles going to the Super Bowl because they took some risk factors. They went and got a Saquon Barkley. They went and maneuvered and paid their quarterback early, not late, and they paid both of their wide receivers getting north of $27 million or $25 million. So when you start to think of those things and you say, well, what about we don't have the money? Dude, you worked in finance, boss. You know, you graduated with a high degree in that department. We can all tell people that the salary cap is a myth. It's like a credit card that if you swipe and it's $5,000, all you have to do is wait till the end of the year and they're going to spike it and say, well, we're going to give you a even higher spending limit, right? Mm-hmm. So the $5,000, you can just look at it, and this free money, you can pay it off. So, and they allow you to work contracts, what we call voidable years at the end of every contract, meaning that you can kick and slide and hide money if necessary. And wait, because by the time of this time next year, the cap is going to blow up even higher proportions when they put the betting league inside, right? When they got the prime for $111 billion. So, and I'm talking about the Amazon deal. So the Cowboys, they can literally go and flip switches just like this tomorrow and create $100 million out of thin air just by contract adjustments. So if they ultimately want Garrett, they can have Garrett. Just like that, you know. Yeah. But of course, they had to trade a soul for a soul, give up a first-round draft pick, etc. But at the end of the day, these are things that could be quite possible.
No, absolutely. And then the other thing I say, Law, is they also spend money when they want to. Because where they spend the money, they spend it when it's their guys.
Facts.
They spent the money on Gallup. They put a whole tag, and you know the cost of them tags, Law. You gonna explain it when I finish, you know? But they put a whole tag on Pollard that was $10 million, gone. Then you put a whole tag on Schultz, another 11, gone. You tagged Dak, you blew all that money, just gone. Can you explain that tag, bro, on how they just spend money when they want to?
Yeah, the franchise tag, you cannot prorate or spread that money out. It's a big hit. And for example, for Tony Pollard's tag, it was like $10 to $11 million.
Right.
You just go and sign someone like a DeAndre Swift
with $5
million, $4 or $5 million that you can spread out.
Spread out.
And it only hit by like $2 to $3 million against the cap. And then you can spread it out and then take the other half on the back end. So people fail to realize it's kind of the equivalent, and I said this analogy before, of a check cashing place, tighter loan places. Only poor areas or province areas go and use check cashing. You can't go to a rich, prominent neighborhood and find a check cashing place there or a title loan place in there. They don't exist because good financial pieces don't utilize those things.
Right.
You fool around and go to a check cashing place and a title loan, and you get a loan off of $500. It'd be $500 turn into $4,000 for that $500 loan. You see what I'm saying? And there's people in the chat right now. They got a title loan, about to get their whole car repossessed for a $250 loan that they done got, and they paying $2,000-$3,000 for it. So that's what the franchise tags are pretty much are. And the Cowboys fell in love with those franchise tags, and this is why we are in the shape that we are in. Now, franchise tags are good if you put it on someone so that you can negotiate the deal, but don't let that said player play under that franchise tag. So that's where we are at. I'm glad that I hope we don't do it this year, right? And I'm glad that we didn't do it last year. But I think that the Cowboys been shooting themselves in the foot financially,
Yeah, we got this last topic that we getting ready to talk about, man. I'm very interested in this, and it's definitely time to have this talk, bro. Shout out to my boy J Tuck real quick. Let me show this real quick.
Oh yeah, J Tuck moving and grooving, man.
Man, that boy out there grinding, man. Like, slow down, dog. Slow down, OG. Slow down, OG, man.
He been in the gym too, J Tuck. That boy
look like he just hit a fresh set of push-ups or something, didn't he, bro?
That boy wider than Zack Martin over there. Shout out to my guy J Tuck, man. Shoot, I always love the fact that he's grinding. And hey, we got some plans for next year, man. I can't say it. I don't want to outspeak my wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
But I got Samson, man, for a $4.99 super chat. He said, ship Diggs off for Garrett. I like Diggs, a soul for a soul, a decent cornerback that can handle it. No double moves, right? And that's a soul for a soul. And that you have to be doing some really selling. It can't just be Diggs alone. It had to be the 12th pick. I mean, the 12th selection. And
Diggs.
And Diggs, I believe, yeah. Because he's injured,
Yeah.
They got to get something,
I don't want to name no names. I don't want to
be
name.
mad at me. Why Diggs gonna come back?
I don't want to name no names. Like,
Mama Diggs watched the show and everything. Mama Diggs gonna be mad at me. And Aiden Diggs, he just started following me. He gonna be mad. You said get rid of my daddy. You sent my daddy to Siberia.
Yeah, nah, that's not. I don't want to do the speculation on that.
But hey, shout out to
the
y'all,
concept
Diggs.
of soul for soul, it's gonna cost you something.
It's gonna cost you something, man.
For that vision. Somebody said blend.
Yeah, that's a soul for a soul.
So yeah, this is the news. Clarence Hill, Cowboys guard Zack Martin said he has not made decision about retiring. He said he is waiting to get his ankle healthy. Does Brian Schottenheimer and the new staff, particularly run game coordinator Clay Nance, have him excited about possibly continuing his career? His answer, a little bit.
Oh, hell no.
I'm messing with you.
Nah, man, those guys leave on their own term. It's kind of like a movie that I seen, and I know you shaking your head, but it's just like Thor's dad. That movie I saw, he just walks off into the edge of the cliff and he just disappeared. Zack Martin, you got to give him that treatment, bro. And I know he skipped the line and all of this.
Oh, hell no.
Hey, press the button all you want. But, all right, how old is Zack Martin? 31, 32? He's still a young kid. And I'm old enough to remember Andre Whitworth. How you say that man's name? He was still playing with gray beard and everything at 40, right? So offensive linemen are very tricky, man. Maybe he needs some time off, and maybe his system with Mike Solari just don't work. And he did call out, to a degree, Mike McCarthy. He said something was off with him. Somebody said trade Martin for Garrett.
There we go. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, here we go. How you gonna do him like that?
Let me say this.
That's a soul for a soul right there.
I'm gonna say this, man. Zack Martin is obviously very, very much deserving of what you said. He's deserving. I just know that this business of football sometimes is mean, but it's fair. It's fair. It's mean, but it's fair, right? So it's certain teams that set the standard of what to do with people like Zack Martin. They paid the cost. Like, for instance, San Fran paid the cost when it was Joe Montana and Lott. Let's ask the question, who had better careers and more deserving careers, Montana or Zack Martin? Who had a more Hall of Famer-ish career, Ronnie Lott or Zack Martin? Like, all of us go say Ronnie Lott and Montana, and San Fran shipped them on.
What did the owner of the San Francisco's, I forgot his name, Eddie DeBarlo, when Jerry Jones first bought the team? I'm going to have to find.
I know where that clip is. I can find it. Let me see if I can find it.
And he told Jerry,
yeah,
one of the things that you don't want to do,
get too close to your players.
Yep. And Zack Martin, when he walks into the Star in Frisco, he don't have to reach in his pocket for anything.
Right.
All of the food is given to him, all of the oodles and noodles, whatever he wants, it's given to him.
Yeah.
And the Joneses, they don't like him, they love him.
Yep.
And I think that they would never ship him off, And they said we shipped off Emmett, but Emmett had the gray beard and the bald head, bro. By the time they shipped him off, remember he started off with the slope and the parks on the side of his head, just like doggone Michael Irvin. He stopped growing hair. Emmett was here for a long time, y'all. Emmett got the gray beard now, and he had that with his last few years, and he ended up going to the Cardinals. And I think he played a solid first year. He taught Larry Fitzgerald some things. But I just don't think that the Cowboys would be willing to ship him off.
They wouldn't.
John Stanley did get a counter on me, though, bro.
What's that?
He said we shipped off Larry Allen. But I don't think that was LA was revered as like LA's good, don't get me wrong. But Zack Martin still only got 5 holding calls, you know what I'm saying, in his entire career.
Yeah, it's just one of those. He's one of those that to me is in the category to where they allow you to let the wheels to fall off. They just let them fall off. He's in that Witten category. It's
Marcus Ware type.
Yeah, it's the Marcus Ware type. Well, not even the Marcus Ware, because they sent him over to Denver.
They let him walk. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they sent him over to Denver.
And they said they let Tyron Smith walk. Oh, y'all guys, boy, they got some pushbacks today, boy.
And that's so the good thing is that's why I say it's fair. It's fair. Like, we know when his body was holding up, we already knew he was the most dependable probably Cowboy all time. I don't think I'm him and Emmett in terms of durability, preparedness, professionalism. Him and Emmett probably the most all time. Real talk.
Yeah.
But just
and
like
Jason
Emmett.
Witten to a degree, because them boys never got hurt.
Exactly. Yeah. And dependable. You're right. Witten, Zack Martin, and Emmett. I would say them 3 was probably the most dependable. You know what I mean? That you could trust them to play generally,
Yeah.
But it's Father Time, man. It's gonna win. And this is the part of the business that I don't think a lot of people have a stomach for. This is the tough part of the business that you gotta have a stomach for. You gotta be like, because is it really unfair? But I also would say this too. I think he deserved a chance to see how he go come back from that ankle. Because what if it was just the ankle, Lau?
Yeah. But sometimes, man, they take that horse, and I'm from the country, they euthanize him, because he breaks his leg. So I'm like, damn, you got to take the whole horse out because of the leg on, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. and I don't know the timetables. And there's a good old saying that I'm gonna steal from Brian Broadus. He got no more sponsors in the building. You know, outside the front office, was it Clayton Adams?
Yeah.
He may not have that love affair for Zack Martin like that. Derek Foster may not have that love affair for Zack Martin like that. And that's the running back coach. So it could be a situation and scenario that he probably lost some sponsors, man, coming into this. They might be banging the table privately to have Will Hernandez to come in there to compete.
Oh,
Remember, that's what we want. We want high competition. No pushovers, no favors, you know.
Will Hernandez, that would be interesting.
It'll be some fights amongst the same team, offensive linemen fighting each other. Because Brock Hoffman, he's a wiry guy, and Will Hernandez is a wiry guy. Them be the Smash Brothers, you know.
Yeah, to me, if they go do Brian Schottenheimer right, you don't leave it up to the player to say if they go come back or not. You make the decision for them.
Yeah.
And it should strictly be about whatever the medical said, in my opinion. They should be waiting on the medical like he waiting on the medical.
Yeah. And my bad, I didn't mean to cut you out, bro.
You good?
Before I got a super chat I'm gonna ask you on this topic.
Yeah.
Samson says Hoffman up next. Our running game got better with him. It's time for us to screw other teams. Ship Zach off. Okay, and that's a good super chat. But let me ask you this. Do you touch it? Do you change it around and move Hoffman back to center and move BB at that guard spot because he's supposed to be the heir apparent of Zack Martin? What do you do? Do you do it now? Or do you say, hey, man, center is a hard position to learn in general, and you did it as a rookie. Let's run it back. Or do you switch things around?
I haven't done my film work on comparing TJ Bass and Hoffman. I will be basically pulling it out my butt, to be honest. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean?
And I'm talking about BB too, Cooper BB.
No, Cooper BB, you got to leave him at center.
Okay.
Some in my opinion, I think you got
in the chat literally because you drafted him with no intentions of putting him at center. By the way, you drafted him with the intentions of guard. I think the Cowboys did that, did they? I'm gonna have to go back and read the report.
Nah,
did they drafted him intentions for being center?
Yeah, for center, yeah. Because remember, Duke called them and let them know that he can play center. That's why they drafted him.
Okay, so with the intentions for him to play center. But then I agree 1,000,000% with you. If the intentions were always center, he's going to be our center.
I like how you thinking, though, Law. You thinking flex. And you know what? That could work. It could work. I ain't gonna close my mind to that. That's actually... So you saying Hoffman center and then Cooper BB guard.
What will be his highest ceiling? You know, will it be at center or guard? I just know that Cooper BB is just a whole lot stronger than Brock Hoffman.
I would assume guard, bro.
A guard have a higher potential ceiling. You would want a true guard over center, right?
I think Hoffman was just amazing at guard coming out of Kansas State. And I think when you add center to him, it's going to obviously add a learning curve because you adding extra stuff to what you didn't have to do. You're having to process a lot more. You're having to snap then block versus being able to just fire off the ball. It's an extra step in everything that you're doing, you know? So the mechanics of it had to become muscle memory from him doing it over and over versus with guard, that's what he was already doing for 4 years.
Yeah, okay.
I like the idea, Law. I like it.
Yeah.
Or did you say that was Brian's idea? I can't remember.
I was just saying that my broadest. I was just saying that what he was saying is that the sponsors in the building, you know,
is no more Zack Martin. I mean, In my opinion, it would all depend on one thing: his medical.
Yeah.
Because if he was playing the way that he was playing because he was trying to play on a bad ankle and trying to play through it, then if they could repair that, I would be open to see can he do it. But this is what I don't trust, and then we go give our final words. I don't trust the Dallas Cowboys if they let him come back to then let it be a fair competition. I don't believe it.
Oh yeah.
Let's say if he's not the same on that ankle, they would still let him tough it out. They wouldn't say, hey man, you tried. We got to go with these young guys. Dallas ain't gonna do that. That's what I fear about Dallas. They always go with the guy that they paid. They did that with La'el Collins. Still was clearly better than him in year 2. It was clear. It was clear as water. Spring water. It was clear. Way better run blocker. Way better pass blocker. La'el was laboring on that hip. You could see it if you watch the film clear. You could see he was laboring on that hip. He was not himself. But because he had the contract, what did we end up doing in the playoffs? We took the better player and put him on the bench, and we put La'el out there, and La'el got lifted up off his feet by Boss. Real talk. Yeah, and that's the same thing that could happen with Zack Martin because we like to go with contracts over better players. We do.
Man, North Face got a kickback.
Okay.
He said they went with Dak over Romo. Oh hell no! But you finna plush down.
Yeah.
Oh hell no!
Yeah, I think that those are two different circumstances, though. You know?
I mean, I can debate that. Because I will say this: Romo has never in his career had a game like what Dak had as a rookie.
And Brock Hoffman, I mean, Zack Martin do what Brock Hoffman was doing on a daily basis. Yeah,
right.
I see you. Boy, you smart. Boy, you smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Dak had over 300 some yards and 2 touchdowns and a better passing rating than Aaron Rodgers on that playoff game that they lost. Romo never had a game like that. So, yeah, Romo was the higher paid guy, but the guy that was playing better was Dak. Yeah. And on top of that, Romo was getting hurt every 2 games, literally out for the season. It was time to move on, like it might be time to move on from Zack Martin. So anyway, this is that best time of the year, man. So let me give my final words. This is the best time of the year because this is the time of the year that we have real in-depth discussions and real in-depth debates. That's going to happen more and more and more. And we need to do this more and more and more. So we started the show off talking about some draft debates that's heating up. And that's important. Right. That's real important because all of us go see things sometimes slightly different. But it's about us being open to the ideas of others, especially people that's willing to think outside the box. So some of the ideas we heard was outside the box, but I'm open to it. I just wanted to be fully explained because it might make sense. Like Josh Simmons, that's thrown out there as an idea. But why not, right? Why not talk about it? Why not discuss it? I'm not just going to throw it in the trash. It's just that it got to make sense, you know? And this gives us a chance to cross-examine each other. And that's a very good thing. Because if we do this and we don't have no pride about it, it's going to lead to the best ideas. And then we talked about these trade debates. Like, I wasn't as high on Kupp as Law. But Law and I see eye to eye on Myles Garrett. And what happened? We talk it out and maybe we agree, maybe we don't. But it's the quality of these debates that's going to make us all better educated in this offseason and doing what's best for the team. That's what I'm excited about, man. So just kind of watching and getting prepared for Kansas City to beat Philly because that needs to happen, bro.
Right.
That need to happen so bad, bro. That need to happen.
Right.
My last thing that I say is, man, I would suggest that everybody, at least for the next month and a half, be wet concrete. Don't fall in love with none of your ideas to where you can't divorce them. I know this is the time where people try to be first. I know this is the time where people try to be original. They try to come up with things and do things and say things that nobody else is saying. But if we let our pride get in the way, where you can't change my mind because I already came out and said something, then I'm actually being a hindrance to what's best for the Dallas Cowboys. That's my final word.
Man, there's a saying, and I hope you guys can write this down. Being knowledgeable and smart is knowing that tomato, even though it's in the category of a vegetable, is an absolute fruit. But wisdom, when you have wisdom, you know not to put it in a fruit salad, you see. So, and they're going to hit some people later on down the line, meaning that you don't put tomatoes in a fruit salad, because even though it is a fruit, it just don't belong, right? Samson RV states that, and a shout out to you for the $5 super chat, it's going to be a bidding war for Miles. We must get rid of players we can live without. Yes, and anything good, you're going to have to fight for it, you know. Right now, on the open market, if a beautiful lady steps into a room, there will be people shooting their shots. And you got to expect that. That's Myles Garrett. So at the end of the day, the Cowboys got to understand that if they want something of substance, you're going to have to pay for it. None of this stuff is free. Just like when Paul, when he was going and setting up churches, right? He said, I render you those things that are spiritual. Therefore, you have to render me those things which is carnal. Meaning that I got to get paid. I can't do this for free. So the Cowboys, to a degree, you got to understand that if you're going to want something bad enough, you got to go out there and pay for it. Look, Jerry Jones in that beautiful workout facility in Star Frisco, it wasn't 100,000. No, it's 2.5 billion. Jerry Jones, with the reasonable understanding of that football stadium that he got in Arlington, it wasn't 200 million. That joker is $3.5 billion. So you're going to have to pay for the things that you want. And if you want a Myles Garrett, and if you want that world-class juggernaut of a defense, and to have Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett in the same room at the same time, you're going to have to pay for it. It's not free 99. No. And every time you're showing that picture, I think of the late, great Kobe Bryant, man, you know, because he looked like a swole Kobe in that picture. Yeah, yes, indeed. Man, it's working my brain there. But I'm just telling y'all right now, you got to figure out ways to get out of your ways, Jerry. Open up that wallet, split it in half, and make sure you go out there and get things. Hey, boss, I always like to say this. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. And to get the results, you're going to have to pay for it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours.
3, 2, 1, drop it. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
Finished it for you, Law. Finished it for you.
I love it. I stopped on purpose on that one. I love that.
Listening to nothing but.
Bro, appreciate you, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Take care, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up. Yeah. I've been really in the field, lot of rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up. Yeah. Count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside. my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it.